intentionally blast 800,000 people with a bioweapon in one of America's biggest cities? During World War II, Ira Baldwin worked as Camp Dietrich's scientific director, and after the Allied victory in 1945, he returned to teaching college. But he still had concerns about enemy spies releasing biological weapons in the United States, and the Army's Chemical Corps, which ran Camp Dietrich, agreed. Now, in order to determine just how vulnerable American cities could be, they'd have to run a bunch of secret tests. So, the government set up a special operations division to do just that. They started by infiltrating the world's largest office building, the Pentagon, in 1949, and sprayed bacteria into the air handling system. The government also released bacteria clouds from Navy ships off the coast of Virginia. Then on September 26, 1950, a U.S. Navy ship set sail 2 miles off the coast of San Francisco. For 6 days, they used giant hoses to spray a bacterial cloud of Serratia marcescens into the air, exposing almost all of the city's 800,000 residents. And they called it Operation Sea Spray.
Navy delivery and dispersion of the agents started with tests made in 1950. In September of that year, a mine layer secretly cruised off California and sprayed some 50 gallons of biological simulant along a track 2 to 5 miles offshore. 48 square miles of heavily populated area were contaminated.
This pathogen lives in soil and water, but is most known for its bright red or pink color. If you've ever used a dirty toilet or shower with pink stuff growing in it, yeah, that's Serratia marcescens. The military picked this pink toilet slime because they thought it wasn't harmful to humans.
Had an infectious agent been used in the spray, there might have been 210,000 casualties.
But they thought wrong. A week after the test, 11 people checked into Stanford University Hospital complaining of UTIs. One man recovering from prostate surgery, Edward Nevin, died. There was also an increase of pneumonia following Operation Sea Spray. Today, we know this bacteria can cause urinary and respiratory infections. After the test, the military took samples at 43 sites to track the bacteria's spread. Turns out it not only infested the city, but the suburbs too. Residents inhaled millions of spores, and the release changed the microbial ecology of the Bay Area. And of course, the government didn't learn its lesson. Over the next 2 decades, the military conducted 239 secret open-air tests around the U.S., doing things like spraying microorganisms over South Dakota and Minnesota, only to have particles end up 1,200 miles away, and dropping bacteria-filled light bulbs onto the train tracks of the New York subway. By 1969, Richard Nixon said enough and halted all future germ warfare. But Operation Sea Spray didn't become public knowledge until 1976, at which point Edward Nevin's son started connecting the dots to his father's death. The family filed a lawsuit in 1981, but lost because the government said they couldn't prove the same bacteria that killed Mr. Nevin was the bacteria used in the test. This was 50 years ago. So, what government programs do you think we'll learn about 50 years from now?